Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We're going to talk about Colourpop. I am mainly going to touch my top 5 things from Colourpop, and I have like 2 adorable mentions, I would say, from them. But otherwise, I feel like out of all the things that Colourpop has released, these 5 would be like my top favorites. I know Colourpop does like sales all around the year. So even if you've like missed out on Black Friday, I feel like they do sales all across. So I feel like this video would be helpful no matter what. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, let's talk about in the order of application, and I'll put in bits and pieces of like how I applied this makeup using my favorite Colourpop products, I must say. So the first thing that I want to mention is this Pretty Fresh foundation. You definitely cannot go wrong with this foundation. It's definitely medium to full buildable coverage. You can see like I have a lot of imperfections when I even like start off with my makeup, but this covers almost everything and anything on the skin, and it is great amount of coverage. The shade that I'm using is medium dark 120W. And you can see how seamlessly it just blends all over the skin. And this is one among my favorite products that I have from Colourpop. This is like the second bottle that I've purchased from them, and for a reason. Like I go back to this again and again. This is actually the foundation that I generally wear in my everyday life, along with that L'Oreal Infallible Nude Serum foundation. But this definitely for more of like a glam look. I would highly recommend this. Now after this, I definitely want to mention their No Filter Concealer. This is a product that I have gone back like again and again. I need this product in my collection, and you can see like I have used up like almost everything in this tube. I still have like at least 1/4 left, I would say, but I have at least bought like 5 bottles of this. This is so creamy. It gives good amount of coverage. I sometimes wear this alone by itself without wearing any foundation, and it covers everything, all the imperfections that I have. Definitely it gives like a soft matte finish underneath the eyes and just smoothens out all the texture. I would highly recommend this if you are on a budget, and if you're looking for like great concealers, this is the way to go. In this, I am in the shade medium dark 32. Let's move on to the cream bronzer. This, with all the cream bronzers that I have in my collection, this is the one that I reach out for glam days, and this is from Soul Face and Body bronzer, and I have mine in the shade dark. It's definitely like the right tone for me. I really love this, and this is more of like a soft matte finish on the skin, and you can see like how beautiful that tone is. It's not too warm, not too overly cool contouring shade. It's a perfect bronzing shade on me, and I love it, absolutely love it. I go back to this again and again, and you can see how seamlessly it just blends all over my face. It definitely gives me dimension and a warmth on my look, and you can see how beautifully it just blends into every complexion that I have on my face. I love this product, absolutely love this product, cannot recommend this enough. One among my favorite things from Colourpop is this Soul Face and Body cream bronzer. Okay, now let's talk about a standout product that Colourpop does it the best. They do affordable eyeshadow palettes the best. Like I would pop pictures of the palettes that I would recommend from Colourpop. I definitely would recommend the Going Coconuts palette, that Stop palette, at For a Sight palette. I know that this is not available, but I go back to this again and again. If you have this, you know what I mean. I love, it's my pleasure palette for the purple lover in me. These would be like my top recommendations from Colourpop out of the things that I have tried. So let me quickly go through the eye look that I've created using the mattes. For the mattes, the palette that you're seeing me use is my custom palette that I made with It's My Pleasure palette. But almost the shades that I use today are all from At For A Sight palette. I first started off with the shade called Chanterelle from the At For A Sight palette, and this is a beautiful sunflowery yellow shade. I popped this all across my crease and blended it down in my lower lash line too, and that's the yellowness that you see. I really love that shade. Then I went into the shade called Rainier. This is the orange that you're seeing on my eyes. I first started off with the outer corners and I blended it into my lid, not going completely in, but halfway through my lid. and I took like a definer brush and I blended it on my lower lash line too with the same shade. And then I dipped into the shade called Amanita, again from the At For a Sight palette, the purple that you see, and this helped me to deepen out my outer corners as well as the lower lash line. And this is such a beautiful combo. I love that combo of that orange and that purple together. It's totally my like sunset kind of a vibes on the eyes, and I absolutely love it. So that is what I use for the mattes in the palette. Now let's move on to, if I have to recommend like one single shade that Colourpop does the best, I would say it is their Super Shock shadows. I have several of them with me, but these are the 4 that I would like highly recommend. I don't even think like one of them, because that was like a collaboration, this Like a Moss shade, I don't think you can like find it, but it is such a beautiful duochrome. It's so pretty. Rest all of them are pretty neutral, on the neutral side I would say, but let me swatch a few. This again is Like a Moss. I don't know if you can see that sparkle and shine or not, but this is so very pretty, so pretty. This is the smoothest out of the lot that I'm going to mention today, but I love the Super Shock, and Super Shock has like different finishes by itself, from my least favorite to my most favorite. My least favorite would be the matte shadows. My okay category would be the metallics, but I absolutely love their ultra glitter line from Super Shock. Oh, that was a tongue twister. But these are the 3 that I would highly recommend. So let's start off with the shade that I used on my eyes first, and that is the shade called Plume. And this is a beautiful cool tone purple shade with a lot of pink sparkles. And let me give you a swatch too so that you can see, but this is such a pretty shade, such a pretty shade. It's a very rosy pink shade, and on the eyes you can see how much glitter and shine it gives. It's really pretty. One among the standout shades that I have in my collection. Then my favorite shade out of the Colourpop Super Shock is called Ritz. And this is a beautiful champagne. It has like a beigey undertone to it, but with a lot of cool sparkles running all throughout it, like a cool tone sparkle. It's really pretty. You can see the one that you're seeing it on the screen. I actually do have like a pan running throughout this eyeshadow, and for a reason. Like, this is such an amazing eyeshadow. If you have not tried Ritz, just do me a favor, try Ritz and see, because this is totally amazing. Like one among my favorite shadows from Colourpop. Really pretty. This all over the eye look for like a one and done shade. It's so spectacular. And the last shade that I want to mention is called Frog. This is very similar to Ritz, but this is much more cool tone with like a blue, purple, pink iridescent running throughout it. But it has like truly like a transparent base to it. So let me swatch it. Very similar to Ritz, I would say, but you would see the cool toneness. Like for fair skin tone, I would highly recommend Frog. Like, look at that. How punchy and glittery that is. Really pretty. Really pretty. So those would be like my top recommendations from Colourpop. The Super Shock shadows, you just cannot go wrong. And the close second to the Super Shocks, I would say, is their Colourpop lippy pencils. I have several of them with me. These are just the 4 that I picked out from the bunch that at least I have like 16 of them, not even exaggerating. Of course, I use brown the most. That's why it's the shortest. But I use these lip liners like religiously. I love the tones that they have in their line. They have several of them to like choose from. But I'll swatch a few. This is BFF2. Again, stunning shade for like nudie shades. And then we have Minuteman. For me, it's a little more on like a lighter tone side, I would say. It's more pinky, like a nudie pink shade. And then this is the one that I use all the time, and that is BFF3, which is more of like a cool tone brown shade. Really pretty again. And last, certainly not the least, I want to swatch Good and Plenty, which is more of like a mauvey tone lip liner. Look how creamy that is, and it's like one swipe situation and just glides onto the lips and it stays on the lips for the entire day. I have never had problems with these lip liners, and these come very, very close to my KKW Beauty lip liners. And I do not say that with like just an ease. I truly, truly mean this. And because KKW Beauty is no longer available, and if I run throughout it, my close second option is the Colourpop Lippy Pencils. That's how much I love them. Now my honorable mentions would be their lipsticks. I have two formulas to recommend, their Luxe lipstick formula, as well as, what is this called? The Glowing Lip formula. If you like more of like a glowy, subtle sheen kind of a lip, I feel like they do a very, very good formula in that glowy lip line. I have mine in the shade Let's Jet. And this is more of like an orangey shade, but you can see like how much sheen it gives. It's a really, really pretty formula. If you want to try that, I feel like you'll not be disappointed at all. And if you're looking for like a creamy lipsticks, Luxe lipsticks from Colourpop is also really, really good. And this one is in the shade LA Lady. Let me also swatch a nude shade for you. This is Bloom to Bloom. And this is more of like a nudie shade, like a nudie peachy shade. Again, LA Lady and Bloom to Bloom. And this is Let's Jet in the Glowing Lip formula. You can see everything has like a sheen. This a little bit more than the others. But these are like great lipstick formulas from the drugstore, from the affordable line, I would say. So those are like my top recommendations from Colourpop. On my lips, I'm wearing the shade LA Lady first, and then I went over it with the Let's Jet Glowing Lip shade. And you can see like how much shine it gives, how much like glow it gives. It's really, really comfortable. And it's like one swipe pigmentation. Really, really beautiful formulas. If you have tried Colourpop, do let me know in the comment section below what are your favorites from their line. I am dying to hear your thoughts on this. I also have like a Z palette from Colourpop, which I always pick up from the Black Friday sale because they go on discount, and you can store up to like 24 single pan eyeshadows. I feel like that is also really good pick from Colourpop if you're looking for like a Z palette. But yes, that's all for today, guys. If you did like this video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.